Resurrection Day. Woo! It's Resurrection Day. This is some Resurrection Day for me. I look back on all the years past and they were good years. But there was always one thing missing. And that was my husband. But now he's risen too. He's redeemed, and we can all be together on this Resurrection Sunday, giving God the glory and the praise, because he's worthy. As I got ready this morning, I began to think about our 15-year-old indyatalks, who invited God to leave her the hell alone. I always knew that God was. I always knew. I always had it in me. But my life was so difficult up to that point that when God allowed the one thing that I thought was going to give me some peace and love to be taken away from me or taken out of my life, when God didn't let my baby live, I just said, you know what, if this is what my life is going to be like with you in it, come on, leave me alone. I went to church that day, that Sabbath actually. I used to go to Sabbath keeping church, and I laid on the altar that day, and I said, God, just leave me alone. Because I didn't understand what or why he was letting me go through all these things that I was going through in my life. I just couldn't even understand why at 15 years old I had been through so much. And I was supposed to be a child of God. But I thank God that he knows more about you than you know about yourself. So if you are angry with God, it's okay. Just don't block him all the way out. He understands more than you know. And he's omnipresent. He's everywhere. He's in your now. He's in your 15-year-old now. He was in my 27-year-old now when I came to my good sense that God gave me and decided to serve him with all my mind and my heart and my soul. He's with my 41-year-old now self. He's with my 61-year-old self. He's omnipresent. He's there already. And he loves me. And he loves you. And he understands what you're going through. And just like Jesus said, God, let this cup pass from me. You know, I know that there's a lot of things in your life that you wish could just pass through. You didn't have to go through them. But just like Jesus said in the garden on that evening, he said, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. If we can come to the point where we can say, God, I don't understand why I got to go through this pain. I don't understand why I have to endure this sadness or this emptiness or this void or this whatever. I don't understand. But nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. Then God will come in, and his nevertheless, look at what his nevertheless did. His nevertheless let me be the redeemed of the world. Redeemed of the Lord. He said, the Redeemer lives. Jesus lives. Because he lives, I am redeemed. I put my faith in him. I put my trust in him. And because I did that, I live also. And I am the redeemed of the Lord. And I say so. I say so because I know so. And every chance I get, I ask God to forgive me for being so closed-minded and faithless that I was willing to throw away my relationship with him for what I thought I wanted. And I know he's forgiven me already, and I thank God. And I'm learning to forgive myself because God knows already. He knows what I was going through. He knew. He's known all my life. And like I said before, I know God says he will not give you any more than you can bear. But I trust me. I have asked him over and over again if me and Hercules' address is real close. Cause sometimes he be bringing me stuff that I just sit there and I'm like, you want me to go through what? But God. And every time I have the strength to be thankful for what I'm going through, what I've gone through, and what I've been through, I'm going to come to God and I'm going to let him know I'm thankful. Thank you, God. Strengthen me for the next time, so that when the next time comes, if I'm weak, I can go back and I can say, wait. You brought me through this, and this. I know you're going to bring me through this. So I'm going to trust him and I'm going to lean on him. And I am so thankful that he hears my heart and not my words, because sometimes my words were so mean to God, because I just didn't know. I didn't understand. And I thank God for his forgiveness. If there's anything that you're blocking off, or you're holding from, or you're hiding from, or you're angry about with God, let this be the day that you just go sit down and you talk to God and you let him minister to you. Because we so often have a one-sided conversation with God, which is not a conversation at all. We have a prayer wrangle, but gimme, thank you, and we move on. Sit for a second. Sit. And let God minister to you. Let him minister to your heart. Let him minister to your mind. Let him minister to your needs. And most of all, let him minister through you. There's somebody else that needs to be encouraged. There's somebody else that needs to be interceded for. There's somebody else that needs to be lifted up. There's somebody that needs something to eat, something to wear, somebody to come by and do their hair, polish their fingernails. You think these are simple and trivial things, but when you feel like you are all alone, and when you feel like don't nobody care nothing about you, and somebody come by with a sandwich and some nail polish remover and an emery board and some nail polish, and they want to sit down and just love on you, you might be able to go on one more day. Don't trivialize your own gifts and talents. You might think that you don't have much in you, but God can use what you offer to him. Keep walking on the water.